Shreveport City Councilman Michael Corbin. Mike, we saw the deal, the story, the Times had the story about Sci Port being like $350,000 in the hole. What can you tell us about that? What's the deal? What's the particulars that you know about?
Well, really, the Times article is the first that I have known about it or seen about it. So certainly I'm concerned and I want to get some more information. I have the utmost confidence in the director, her staff, and the current board of Sci Port. I know they're working hard, and they want to make sure that Sci Port is sustainable and stays with us. And I think that Shreveport and city government also has a huge stake. We own and maintain the building, but it's the largest non-gaming draw that we have down on the riverfront, and it's going to be a very vital partner with Shreveport Aquarium.
Now, see, that was going to be my question, and I asked Erin earlier, and she said no. You said partner. Won't they be sort of competing for the same dollars, do you think?
Well, I think that if they can get some synergy worked out where, groups are visiting Sci Port, they're going to the aquarium, and the other way around, I think that they are really drawing the same crowd in many cases, and I think that there's maybe even some programming that's going to be possible between what Sci Port does and what the aquarium does. So I think there will be some links there, and I think that's going to be very important to the future of both facilities.
If the two entities, and I'm just going to throw this out there, you can tell me I'm idiot, if those two entities don't sell a dual package, they are both making a huge mistake. Let me ask you this. What else the city...
Excuse me, Mike. That's brilliant.
It is brilliant. You must do that.
That's a great idea.
You must have that. If they don't, it's a big mistake.
I'm going to put $10 in the swear jar, and I'm going to take that idea.
Okay, you steal away. The city owns the building. You maintain it. Do you contribute money? Do you give them dollars every year? And can we help more?
There's a small amount of money that the maintenance of the building. We do some things with the projector. In the theater there. We do some upgrades to that and some licensing and things like that. At times we've done more. I think the biggest cuts that Sci Port has seen has certainly been from the state level over the past 5 or 6 years.
You said the first you heard about it was the Times story. Is your reaction red button panic attack with sirens, or we can probably take care of this, it ain't that big a deal? What's your first instinct?
It's really the latter. I understand sometimes news stories can be a bit sensational, and I want to get some more information, talk to the folks that are involved, and see what we do, because the public, and by public I don't mean just Shreveport, I mean Shreveport, Bossier, and this entire region have continued to support the mission of Sci Port and see improvements through at the facility, and I think it's one of the things that's well loved here, and people want to make sure it's done.
I know a couple of people who've been laid off from Sci Port. Now, I don't know what the reason was. Have you heard anything about that? Yes, they are trimming staff. They are making some cutbacks.
I have not, but it really doesn't surprise me just, with the cuts that they've received in funding from the state. Before I even read this article in the Times, I mean, I think everybody's looking at, or should be looking at, how do I do more with less, and how can I work more efficiently? And that's just where we are with anything that's related to public funding right now, if you want to stay viable.